FOJ?
I was aware of one FOJ.
Well, I guess technically you have 2 pages, but one person.
Yeah.
Bernie, I don't know if they told you about the other costumes. We have 2 more, so we should have 3. Yeah, number 26 is Nassau, and number 5 is McCollum. Yes.
rise.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 5 a.m. calendar on June 21st, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll be calling you each one at a time to the podium, and I'm going to provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. When I call you up, I'll go over what you're here for, if I'm appointing an attorney, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions will be. If we can start with Ms. Pineda to the podium, and Mr. Young to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Adrian Pineda, 10982.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you have two cases on the calendar. A warrant was issued for you when you absconded from pretrial services for some pending charges you have related to theft, means of transportation, and forgery. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you in that case, and I'm going to be giving you some hearings.
Okay.
In this case, you're going to have a status conference June 30th at 8:30 in the morning, and you have a cash bond of $2,500. If you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release, and you'll also be released to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. You have a new case on the calendar, and that has some new charges on here. I think these hearing dates are wrong. Hold on one second. Julie, can you look at case number 7? Yeah, I don't know why it's pulling it up like that.
Probably because it's not probable cause.
Oh, shoot. Okay. And then do you need to add an evidentiary hearing on that? Probably going to take a second. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So your second case is a new Superior Court case. It does include one count of taking the identity of another, a Class 4 felony, and one count of obstruction, refusal to provide a true name, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. I'm going to give you some hearing dates. You're going to have a status conference June 26th at 8:30, and you're going to have a preliminary hearing June 30th at 8:30. Here in a moment, she's going to give me a date for your evidentiary hearing. Because you were out on felony release for your other case, you will be held non-bondable on your new charges. So even though I gave you a bond on the previous case, I don't recommend posting it at this time because you'll still be held on your new charges. Like I said, I'm going to give you a hearing date for an evidentiary hearing in a minute. That's the date that's set to determine whether or not bond will be set on your new case. Okay? So if you can just hang tight really quick while we get that hearing date. June 27th at 8:30? Okay.
Or 1:30 for the evidence.
1:30. Okay, so your evidentiary hearing will be June 27th at 1:30. So that's June 26th, June 27th, and June 30th. Those are the 3 dates for both of your cases, okay? Did you have any questions, ma'am?
Would it be best just to sit until I have all my hearing dates until the 30th, probably?
Well, you can talk to your attorney about that. June 27th, I would recommend at least waiting till then, only because you cannot be released until at least that hearing date. Once you know what happens at that hearing, you can make the decision on what's the most appropriate.
Would you be able to go ahead and have the same attorney that I have for the previous case onto this case too?
I don't determine that. However, there's a good chance they will do that.
Okay.
Once they know that you already have a pending case, they'll likely just appoint the same attorney, but that will be up to the Maricopa County office.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, if you'll step to your left, ma'am, I'll give you that paperwork. Christian Young to the podium and Polo Campbell to the chair. morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Christian Young, 92896.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on an out-of-county warrant coming from the Bisbee Justice Court. It does look like it relates to failing to comply with some orders on a post-adjudication case from a drug paraphernalia charge you had in 2021. It looks like maybe you're on probation there and you didn't comply with that. So I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Bisbee Justice Court on June 25th at 8:30. They are holding you non-bondable on this case. So you will remain in custody until you see a judge in Bisbee. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, well, I just kind of confused on how this whole thing got brought up because I'm on probation in 2 different counties, and I'm supposed to report to my Maricopa probation officer, and I just don't know how this got brought up. Like, I had court earlier this month for some other charges. Is that somehow related to this, or?
I don't know, because the warrant only says that it's a post-adjudication warrant and that they've issued this on June 2nd, 2025. It's very limited information, but when you say that you were recently dealing with, is it a new case that you were dealing with?
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes I see that it's a term 1 violation of your probation if you're picked up on new charges. Okay. So if you were just recently seen for new charges, it could be related to that as a probation violation, but I don't know that for sure because I can't get any information based on the warrant as I have it, but okay. That could be the possibility, okay? All
right, thank you.
All right, if you'll step to your left, the officers will give you that paperwork. Polo Campbell to the podium and Corinthian Reese to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Polo Campbell, A1602.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a new municipal court case. It does include 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of driving with a license that was suspended, revoked, or canceled, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on June 25th at 1 p.m. You have a secured appearance bond of $10,000. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. It does include no contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that may be issued against you. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
I get my paperwork, right?
Excuse me?
I said, when can I get my paperwork?
Your paperwork? When you step to the left, the officer is going to give that to you.
Okay.
Okay? All right, if you'll step over there, he'll hand that paperwork to you. Mr. Reese to the podium and Ms. Bailey to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Corinthian Jahan Reese, 10/29/1988.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant from absconding from pretrial services while you had a pending case related to an aggravated assault and a disorderly conduct charge. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a status conference June 30th at 8:30. I am affirming the cash bond of $10,000. If you post that bond, you'll be released to pretrial services and be equipped with electronic monitoring before leaving. You'll also have written conditions of the release. They're the same as previously ordered, which do include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any victims, you may not possess any weapons. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? If you'll step to your left, sir, they'll give you that paperwork. Ms. Bailey to the podium and Ms. Chavez to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Trisha Bailey, 10/13/94.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you. I am going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you, and you're going to have a hearing on June 27th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $1,800. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with. It does include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. You'll also need to ensure you attend that hearing. If you fail to appear, another warrant will issue and you'll forfeit any bond that you have posted. Did you have any questions?
Did it say that I did have a bond that was approved?
You have a bond of $1,800.
Okay,
Okay, if you'll step to your left, ma'am, they'll give you that paperwork. Ms. Chavez to the podium. Ms. Bowles to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Good morning. D. Chavez, May 10, 1987.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you have two cases on the calendar. The first one is a new Superior Court case. It does include one count of theft, control of property, a Class 3 felony, one count of forgery, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You'll have a status conference June 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing June 30th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $1,500. You have a second case on the calendar. It looks like you're currently on probation, and so when you were picked up for this offense, that is a Term 1 violation. So I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing June 7th at 8:30. You have a bond of $50 in this case. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release. It will include you may not possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Ms. Voles to the podium, and Mr. Wesley to the chair. Good morning, could I get your name and date of birth?
Veronica Volt, 11/15/1985.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you for some pending drug charges. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a status conference June 26th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500. If that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You also need to ensure you attend that hearing. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue and you'll forfeit any bond that you may have posted. Did you have any questions, ma'am?
So, am I going to be released today?
If you post bond of $500.
Oh,
Anything further?
no.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. Mr. Wesley to the podium and Andrew Hogue to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Chauncey Wesley, 10/7/1996.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case for one count of criminal trespass of a residential structure, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 9th at 8:30. I'm releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. You'll have written conditions of release. It will include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Andrew to the podium and Christopher Sloan to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Andrew Hogue, May 26, 1994.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It does include one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of having an open liquor container in your vehicle, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found. However, due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense. I'm going to set an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on July 8th at 2 p.m. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at that hearing. You have written conditions of release. Those will include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
What if I have to take medications? Like I have tripans, you know, that
I'm not sure I understand what the question relates to.
like taking drugs, I have to take medications.
So I'm releasing you.
Oh, I'm just saying like, all right.
Are you referring to not being allowed to have drugs? Is that what
Oh
you're?
yeah, 'cause I had to take them for.
Do you have a prescription for that?
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you can have them. As long as you have a prescription, you're allowed to take them. Does that help?
Yeah, I'm trying to get in trouble.
I appreciate it, and the information will be included in your paperwork, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Christopher Sloan to the podium and Stephanie Gomez to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Christopher Robert Sloan, 10/19/1972.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we have 3 cases on the calendar. The first one is a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 9th at 8:30. You have 2 other cases. You're on probation in 2 cases, so it's a term 1 violation when you were picked up for this offense. So you're going to have an attorney appointed in those cases and a probation revocation hearing June 27th at 8:30. That applies to both of your probation cases. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance that you're promised to appear at these hearings. You have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Did you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, sir. They'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you very much.
Stephanie Gomez and William Wiesner. Good morning, ma'am. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Stephanie Gomez, 11089.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed on February 10th, 2025, and it does include an offense date of December 1st, 2020 for 1 count of theft obtained by misrepresentation, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of fraud, a Class 5 felony, and 3 counts of unlawful use of food stamps, a Class 6 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you, and you're going to have a preliminary hearing on June 30th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I'm releasing you today on your own recognizance that you're promised to appear at that hearing. You have written conditions of release that will be included in your paperwork. It does include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription and not driving a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Did you have any questions?
No, I appreciate it.
Okay, just up to your left, ma'am. I'll give you that paperwork. William Wiesner to the podium and Crystal McNeish to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
William Wiesner, 9770.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of driving with a license that's suspended, revoked, or canceled, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of failing to show your driver's license or ID, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 9th at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at those hearings. You have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Crystal to the podium and Shirley to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Crystal McNeish, 11/13/79.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a probation violation with allegations you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 7. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you, and you're going to have a probation revocation hearing June 27th at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at that hearing. You have written conditions of release. Some of those things include not possessing any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. If you fail to appear at that hearing, a warrant will issue and you'll be held on bond at the next hearing. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just step to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork. Thank you. Shirley to the podium and Sophia to the chair.
Hello.
Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Shirley Aguilar, 52374.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It has an offense date of August 21st, 2024, and it's for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony. I will appoint an attorney to represent you, and you'll have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 9th at 8:30. I'm releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at those hearings.
Yes.
You have written conditions of release. You are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you're not to drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be included in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Nothing.
Okay, thank you. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Sophia to the podium and Oscar to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
January 3rd, 1993.
Thank you. It does look like you have two cases on the calendar. The first one is a new Superior Court case for one count of criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 9th at 8:30. You're also on probation. So when you were picked up for this offense, it is a Term 1 violation. I'm going to appoint an attorney in that case as well, and you'll have a probation revocation hearing on June 27th at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at these hearings. You will have written conditions of release. It does include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, well, I get something with like her number on it.
Can you say that again, ma'am?
I get something with her number on it.
What type of number?
Her phone number.
For the probation office? Yes, the paperwork we're about to give you is going to include the probation department's phone number.
Okay.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officers will give you that paperwork. Oscar Gonzalez to the podium and Tristan Slinger to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Oscar Gonzalez, 04/22/1979.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we are here on a new case. It does include one count of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of preventing the use of a telephone in an emergency, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found. However, due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on July 9th at 1 p.m. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. That's your promise to appear. You will have written conditions of release. You are not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You also need to ensure you attend that hearing. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue, and you'll likely be held on bond at a future hearing. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Tristan, to the podium. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Tristan Slinger, 10/18/2000.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have three cases on the calendar. The first one is for some new charges. It does include one count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and one count of obstruction or refusal to provide a true name, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference June 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing June 30th at 8:30. Those are both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $250. But you also have two cases, and those are warrants from the state of Colorado. And they have indicated that they want to extradite you back. And so we need to talk about what your options are, and so you can decide what you'd like to do as it relates to being extradited back to Colorado. It does look like both cases relate to a larceny charge. So your first option is you can indicate that you are ready for Colorado to pick you up. And if you do that, you would be held here in the Maricopa County Jail, non-bondable, and you would be giving Colorado 30 days to come pick you up. Normally, that 30 days would start tomorrow, but because you have local pending charges here, that 30 days would not start until you've resolved the new charges that we just talked about. Your second option is you have the right to demand that both the governor of Colorado and the governor of Arizona sign an order requiring you to be extradited back to Colorado before that happens. If you chose to do that, I would set a hearing on June 30th at 1:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Courthouse. Those hearings are civil in nature, so you would not be entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you could hire an attorney at your own expense. You would have a secured appearance bond of $1,500 in one case and $5,000 in the other case. You would need to ensure that you appeared at that hearing. If you failed to appear, your warrant in Colorado would still be valid. You would now have a warrant in Maricopa, plus you would forfeit the bond that you paid. In this case, between your three cases, you have a total secured appearance bond of $6,750. You would have written conditions of release if you posted that bond. It would include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription and not driving a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Do you know which option you would like to do here today, sir?
Can you kind of give me more of an insight on the second option you explained?
The second option would be an opportunity for you to have a hearing here in Maricopa County, And in that case, you would be demanding that the governors of both states signed an order requiring you to be extradited back before that took place. You would also have the ability to bond out. That would be the bond of the $5,000 plus the $1,500, meaning you would be out of custody if you posted that bond while you attended those hearings.
So there's no cash surety, it's only, that would be the $6,000, that'd be...
So it's a secured appearance bond, meaning you can use a bail bonding company, which is 10% plus collateral.
So it'd be like $600?
Approximately.
I don't know what to do here. You know,
if you're not ready to make the decision, they will give you this option again at your next. If you don't make the decision today, I would set the hearing on June 30th. I would set the bonds we just discussed, and then they would give you this option again after you've had a little bit more time to think about it. Now that you know what your options are going to be, if you choose the first option, again, you would be held non-bondable in the Maricopa County Jail until you resolved your new charges, and then you gave Colorado 30 days to come pick you up.
Let's just do the first option.
You want to waive your rights today?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to waive your rights, then we got to go over some questions because you are waiving some things that you're not required to do. So did you get an opportunity to review the laminated card that was given to you prior to coming in here?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you understand that you do not have to sign this paperwork?
I understand that. I mean, I just don't have the money to pay for a bond, you know what I'm saying? I'm not from the state, you know, so I'm kind of in a situation where, like, Colorado's really originally where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's, like, really where I'd like to go back to, so that's why I want to do this.
Okay.
So it's a more comfortable option. You know, I kind of got left out here, so I don't need to go bouncing around state to state, get in trouble, you know, so I'd rather go back to where I'm from, like where I'm comfortable at.
Okay. So just to clarify, you do understand you're not required to sign this paperwork, correct?
I do.
And do you understand that you have a right to an extradition hearing?
I understand that. I mean, either option is like, even if I do sign this paperwork and I do have them come get me, there could be an option of them not even, you know, coming to get me in the 30 days, but they're going to come get me regardless. I know they're going to come get me. So and that's what I'd rather do, is just have them come get me.
Okay.
So.
Then let's continue to go through these questions just to make sure you understand everything you're giving up, okay?
Right.
Do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Right.
Do you, sir?
Oh, yes, I do, sorry.
Do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're returned?
Yes.
And do you understand that you have the right to bond? In this case, it would be the $5,000 plus the $1,500 on the 2 Colorado warrants. But if you choose to sign this, you'd be held non-bondable.
Yes.
Do you want to give up those rights and sign this paperwork?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign this paperwork?
No.
And have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
No.
I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing this paperwork, and I'm also going to sign it. I am going to direct the Sheriff's Office to notify the requesting state that you are ready to return. In your case, because you have pending charges, your 30 days will not start until the pending charges have been completed. Once those pending charges have been completed, the 30 days will start to give Colorado an opportunity to come pick you up. Do you have any questions?
No.
I'm going to sign this, and then here in a minute, we're going to ask you to walk up here and sign it as well.
Actually, I'm sorry, I do have one question. You know how long it might take before those pending charges, like, what will happen, like, when will those charges be completed, like, before that the 30 days will start? Do you maybe have a time frame?
I don't have a time frame. You will meet with your attorney, because I did appoint an attorney on those pending charges, so you'll meet with your attorney on that case on June 26th, and they will have some more information on what that might look like once you discuss everything with them, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All sir, if you'll come stand up here, we're going to have you sign a couple of times.
Are we good?
No. You have one. Go ahead and touch. Go ahead and touch.
Hi, Austin. Commissioner Haskell calling regarding the warrant you submitted. Are you ready to be sworn in? Please swear or affirm that the information contained in your affidavit and warrant is true and accurate to the best of your personal knowledge and information as well. Thank you, sir. I'll be back right just now.
Perfect.
Am I good?
Yes, you can go ahead and take a seat out there in the officer as well. I know I still need to do the house calls, but I'm just going to take a look at some of these urgent requests really quick.
Detective, this is Commissioner Huxley calling regarding the warrant you submitted for Mr. Fine. Good morning. Did you intend to do the blood draw now? Because we're still considered a 9-minute application. Okay, so it'll be after the 30 a.m. mark, so you don't need the nighttime inspection. Okay. Why don't I send it back so you can include that, because otherwise you will have to wait till the 6:30 mark in order to do it. Okay, perfect. When I get it back, I'll call you. Thanks. Bye.
Let's do the house calls. Case number 5, Juan Magdaleno, date of birth October 31st, 1995, will proceed as a house call due to him not following orders. We are here on a new municipal court case for 1 count of shoplifting concealment, 1 count of shoplifting removal of goods, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, all Class 1 misdemeanors. Probable cause has been found. However, due to the nature of his charges, he's not entitled to court-appointed counsel. He will have an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on July 9th at 1 p.m. I am releasing him on his own recognizance. That's his promise to appear. He will have written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime and no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 26, Amy Joyner, date of birth February 22nd, 1982, will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to self. She is here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent her. I'm going to set a status conference on July 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 9th at 8:30. I am releasing her on her own recognizance. That's her promise to appear. She'll have written conditions of release to include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and she may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. If anything changes after I meet with her, I will update the written record. Case number 11 and 12 belong to Muna Muslet, date of birth October 28th, 1996. This will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to self. It looks like she is here on 2 probation violation warrants with allegations she violated terms 3 and 5. I will appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing June 27th at 8:30. She has a secured appearance bond of $1,000 in one case and $750 in the other. If bond is posted, she has written conditions of release to include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting her probation officer within 72 hours. If anything changes after I meet with her, I will update the written record. That concludes our 5 a.m. calendar, and we will stand at recess until 8 a.m.
All right.
Thank you, officer. Do I have a Spanish interpreter? Great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Would the Spanish interpreter please announce for the record?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Elizabeth Carmona, Zimmer, court interpreter.
Thank you, miss, for doing this on a day off. I appreciate it. Would you invite Mr. Lugo to the podium, please?
Señor Lugo, ¿puede pasar al podio, por favor?
Marlene?
Sir, if you are partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Señor, si usted es parcialmente bilingüe, por favor, espere la interpretación antes de responder.
Please tell me your name.
Por favor, dígame su nombre.
Tomás Hervier Lugo Lugo.
Tomás Hervier Lugo Lugo.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir, you are charged with 2 counts of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. Those are felonies.
Señor, se le imputa con 2 imputaciones de tenencia de un arma por medio de una persona que se le prohíbe tener armas. Son delitos.
I have appointed you an attorney.
Le he nombrado un abogado para que lo represente.
Your next hearing is the 26th of this month, downtown Phoenix.
Su siguiente audiencia se va a celebrar el día 26 de este mes en el centro de Phoenix.
You have a secured appearance bond of $5,000. Good luck, sir.
Se le ha fijado una fianza garantizada en el monto de $5,000. Buena suerte, señor.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Miss Interpreter, I believe that's our only Spanish, but in case I missed one, can you give me a courtesy announcement?
Yes, absolutely, Your Honor. ¿Alguien más en la sala necesita los servicios de interpretación judicial en español?
I see
no hands, Your Honor.
I see no hands raised. The officer has affirmed it. Miss, thank you for helping me on your day off. Are you doing the juvenile calendar at 1 also?
Yes, Your Honor.
One more. It's going to be our...
And guess what? We have a late person who just woke up and rose their hand.
Your Honor, it's going to be our special charges.
Okay.
He's at the very end. I don't know if you want to...
Miss Interpreter, the one that's at the end, can we call you back in about 20 minutes?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, we'll call you back in 20 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Interpreter. Ladies and gentlemen, as you just saw, I'm going to call you up to the podium one at a time. I'll tell you what your charges are. I will also set your release conditions. On the first day of this month, orders were read onto the record that affect all of you regarding DNA and fingerprinting. After you tell me your name, I'll appoint you an attorney, I'll tell you your charges, I'll set your general release conditions, I'll give you your next court date, I'll also give you the location of the court. Everyone will have general release conditions. They are as follows. Do not make contact with the arresting officers. Do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid license. Keep us informed as to where you're living. If you're on probation, be ordered to contact your probation officer. If the charges you are being seen on here today indicate that there may be a victim, you will be ordered to stay away from that victim and not return to the scene of the alleged crime. At the end of the hearing, the officer will hand you all the paperwork. At your earliest convenience, please read it over again. Thank you, folks. Oh, Yolanda Friedman? Ms. Freeman? Freeland, come on up. After Ms. Freeland is Troy Tucker. Troy, there's a seat right next to the door. Why don't you hop in there and be on deck, so to speak. Good morning, Miss. Tell me your full name.
Yolanda Freeland.
Miss, you have 5 different matters. The first one is the new charges. They are armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony, aggravated robbery, a Class 4 felony, carrying a deadly weapon and failure to admit it, a misdemeanor, false reporting to police, a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, Miss. You have 3 hearings coming up. The first one is on the 26th, downtown Phoenix. Because this allegedly happened while you're on felony release on one of these next charges I'm going to talk to you about, you have to be held non-bondable until the 26th. Good luck, Miss, and let's do the other ones. Now the next one's a probation violation. The one after that's a probation violation. The third one is a probation violation. The last one is a probation violation. Strike that. The last one is not a probation violation. On the 3 probation violations, each bond is $50 on those. Your probation revocation date will be the 27th, downtown Phoenix. Please reach out to your probation officer. They may have some suggestions as to how you can wrap all these together. The last one is a dangerous drug charge, warrant for your arrest for your failure to appear. It's a Class 4 felony as well as drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Your next hearing date is the 26th, the same as the others. And your bond is the same as the other 3 probation matters at $50. Good luck, Miss. Why don't you step over to the officer? Mr. Tucker, Troy? And Begay is after Tucker. Sir, do me a favor, take off your hat. Thank you, sir. Tell me your full name, sir.
Tori Skylar Tucker.
Mr. Tucker, you have 2 different matters. The first one is dangerous drugs and narcotic drugs. Those are both Class 4 felonies. Drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 26th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond was set by another judge at $2,500. That's somewhat irrelevant based upon this next case. The next case is a new charge, dangerous drugs. Same attorney, sir. Different hearing date, the 26th, downtown Phoenix. Because this allegedly happened while you were on felony release on the earlier matter, you have to be held non-bondable till the 26th, and then the next judge can change everything. Good luck, sir. Mr. Begay? After Mr. Begay is Madison Hunnell.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Begay. Tell me your full name.
Alfred Taylor Begay.
Thank you. Sir, you have 3 different matters. They're all out of Flagstaff, if I remember correctly. The first one is an assault as a felony they have. I cannot appoint you an attorney up in Flagstaff. That's up to the Flagstaff judge. You're going to meet the Flagstaff judge on the 25th. Maybe the same gentleman I know, but I believe it's a guy, nice guy. The bond he wants is a $10,000 bond. The next one, Mr. Begay, is another assault. It's characterized as a F/M, felony/misdemeanor, again out of Flagstaff. They'll talk to you about an attorney. Your next hearing in Flagstaff begins the 25th. He wants $50,000 on this one. The third one is a disorderly conduct, which is normally a misdemeanor. They have it down as a F, a felony. I think that might be a mistake, but again, I don't have the Flagstaff records here. You'll meet the Flagstaff judge the end of this month on the 25th. They want a $10,000 bond on that. Good luck in Flagstaff, sir.
All right, thank you.
They'll be probably coming to get you the first next week.
Next week?
Yes.
So, on Wednesday, calendar?
Yeah, well, Monday or Tuesday, they'll probably come get you.
All right, thank you.
Madison, come on up. And then Tyler's after Madison. Good morning, miss. Tell me your full name.
Madison Hummel?
Miss, this is narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, narcotic drugs possession, Class 4 felony, dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, tampering with evidence, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, miss. Your next hearing is on the 26th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Your bond is $10,000. Good luck, miss. Tyler, come on up, Tyler. After Tyler's Timothy. Tell me your full name, sir.
Tyler Joseph Keating.
Sir, this is dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, tampering with evidence, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 26th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Your bond is $2,500. Good luck, sir. Timothy, come on up, Timothy. After Timothy, Savannah. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name.
Timothy Lamovite.
Sir, this is an aggravated driving under the influence, violation of the interlock device. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 26th. Bond is set at $2,500. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Miss Savannah? After Savannah is John. Rowe.
Savannah, let's go.
Thank you, officer.
Come on.
Miss, good morning. Tell me your full name.
Good morning, Savannah Jacqueline Sweats.
Miss, you have two different matters. The first one is dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony and 2 counts of driving under the influence. Both those are misdemeanors. I've appointed you an attorney, miss. Your next hearing is on the 26th. Another judge set bond on this one at $250. The next one, miss, is narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, unlawful means of transportation, a Class 5 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you that same attorney, same hearing date, the 26th. Again, another judge set bond in the amount of $500. Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
John, come on up, John. Fabian's after John. Good morning, sir. Tell me your full name.
John Dayton Rowe.
Mr. Rowe, this is a dangerous drug case, a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is July 7th, downtown Phoenix. You're being released to pretrial services. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. The officer is going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it carefully. Those are the rules you have to follow to stay out of trouble. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You'll be out in about 6 hours. Fabian, come on up, Fabian. Good morning, sir. Tell me your full name.
Octavian Munoz.
Mr. Munoz, this first matter is driving under the influence, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor out of Buckeye. I cannot appoint you an attorney on a misdemeanor. That's up to the Buckeye judge. You're going to meet that judge on the 8th day of this month. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours.
Okay.
The next one, sir, is resisting arrest as a misdemeanor and driving without a license, suspended, revoked, or canceled. Again, out of Buckeye. Again, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. You'll meet the Buckeye judge on the 8th. They'll decide whether or not you get an attorney. Probably not, but possibly on the DUI. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You'll be out in about 6 hours. Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf. Come on up, Mr. Wolf. And Jovan is after Michael.
It's Michael, Your Honor. Michael. It's French. My mother couldn't spell, I said.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Tell me your full name, sir.
Michael Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, this is theft and control of lost property, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 7th, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Show up and take care of this.
Is that July 7th? Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you,
It's all
sir.
in the paperwork he's going to hand you.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck, sir. Mr. Watkins, Foy Watkins. And then Jeremy Brown's after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, sir.
Javon David Floyd Watkins.
Sir, this is theft and control of property, a misdemeanor, and knowingly displaying fictitious plates, also a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on misdemeanors. You're going to meet the judge who can at South Mountain Justice Court on the 9th day of July at 9 a.m. in the morning at the South Mountain Justice Court. Good luck, sir. You're being released. You'll be out in about 6 hours. Mr. Brown, Jeremy, come on up, Jeremy. And McGill, how are you, sir? McGill is next. Tony, tell me your full name, sir.
Jeremy Matthew Brown.
Mr. Brown, this is theft and control of property. That's a misdemeanor. Strike that. Hold on, sir. What's your date of birth, sir?
04/18/2000.
Thank you very much, sir. I apologize. I just wanted to make sure I had the right one. Theft and control of property, which is a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on that. You'll meet the judge who can, if necessary, on the 9th of this month. Strike that, 9th of next month, July, at the South Mountain Justice Court. You're being released on your own recognizance, sir. Good luck, sir. You'll be out in about 6 hours.
Appreciate it.
Tony, come on up, Tony. And then Marshall Bailey is after Miss McGill.
Hello,
Hello. Miss, tell me your full name.
Tony McGill.
Miss McGill, this is disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor, simple assault as a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on those charges. You'll meet the judge who can on the 9th. That's in Goodyear Municipal Court. You're being released on your own recognizance, Miss. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Bailey? Mr. Bailey, come on up, Mr. Bailey. And Mr. Witten's after Mr. Bailey. Tell me your full name, sir.
Marshall Bailey, 02-2491.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. I appreciate the additional information. Sir, this first one's a probation violation warrant for your arrest. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 27th of this month, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. The second matter, sir, is another probation violation. Same attorney, same hearing date, same location, downtown Phoenix, same release on your own recognizance. You'll be stepping outside this building about 5 o'clock this evening. When you step outside the building, the first thing you must do is contact your probation officer. Follow their orders, follow my orders, and you're given the next judge you meet on the 27th. 2 very good reasons to not put you in prison on the 27th. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Alton. Mr. Witten. Come on. Salvador is after Mr. Witten. Good evening. I'm pushing it. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your full name.
Alton Whitten.
Sir, you have 2 counts of driving under the influence. Both of them are misdemeanors. I cannot appoint you an attorney on a misdemeanor, sir. You're going to meet the judge who can on the 9th at the San Marcos Justice Court. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 5 hours. All DUIs come with a civil, what they call admin per se, regarding your driving privileges. Before you get behind the wheel of a car, make sure you have driving privileges or you'll just aggravate your problems. Good luck, sir. Salvador, come on up, Salvador. Mr. Lopez Lucero. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
It's still morning, isn't it? Tell me your full name.
Salvador Lopez.
Mr. Lopez, this is a criminal damage as a misdemeanor and a shoplifting as a misdemeanor. It's on the San Tan Justice Court. I'm not allowed to appoint you an attorney on misdemeanors, but you'll meet the judge who can on the 8th day of July at the San Tan Justice Court. You're being released on your own recognizance, sir. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Ellis? Mr. Ellis, come on up. Tell me your full name, Mr. Ellis.
Antoine Ellis.
Mr. Ellis, this is tampering with evidence, a Class 6 felony. Drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, resisting arrest as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 7th of July, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in just about 5 hours. Good luck.
Oh, shit. Sorry, my bad.
Good luck. Mr. Is it Jameis? Jameis Lesor? Mr. Lesor? No, it's okay.
They accidentally put an E on the end of it. It's just James. It's weird.
Okay, well, it's interesting spelling. Well, tell me your name first, and then we'll...
James Lesweir.
Sir, tell that to your attorney, and also bring some picture ID, such as a driver's license, passport, if you have something like that, so that you can substantiate it. And the attorney, with the assistance of the county attorney and the next judge, can clean up the name, okay?
Okay.
Unless you like the E on it, we can keep it.
No,
Okay.
They had my ID.
You'll get it all back shortly. Sir, this is a dangerous drug charge, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia class. They have it out as a Class 4 felony. I think that's incorrect. It should be a Class 6 felony, but I'll let, again, the attorney worry about that. Trespassing as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you that attorney. You're going to meet that attorney on the 7th of July, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 5-6 hours. They'll give you all back your property. Make sure that picture ID, if you do have one, you take it with you, just so you might want to even make a photocopy of it ahead of time, or the attorney can do it for you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now, which language is this one? Is this Swahili?
Yeah, we'll do Swahili.
Okay, and that's number 14, correct? Okay.
Okay, Sarah?
We're going to try to do the Swahili next, which is Daniel. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name.
You want a minute now, or?
Might as well, yeah. Do you speak some English?
A little.
I'm getting an interpreter for you. She's getting an interpreter for you. I shouldn't take the credit.
Yes.
Thank you.
Maybe night on Dynasty. This is Dynasty. I will be your Swahili interpreter today. How may I help you?
Thank you, miss. We're going to start the hearing. Would you please ask the gentleman to tell me his name?
Haya, mimi naitwa Dynest, mtafsiri wa Kiswahili. Jina lako nani?
Naitwa Daniel Msafiri.
My name is Danielle Msafiri.
Sir, you're charged with dangerous drug possession and drug paraphernalia possession.
Umehukumiwa kwa kuendesha vibaya kwa hatari na pia kuwa na madawa ambayo huruhusiwi kuwa nayo.
I have appointed you an attorney.
Nimekupatia mwanasheria wa kukutetea.
Your next hearing is July 7th, downtown Phoenix.
Unatakiwa kwenda mahakamani tarehe 7 mwezi wa 7 mjini Phoenix.
You're being released. Good luck, sir.
Tunakuachia sasa, kila la heri.
Ndio, asante.
The court wants to
Yes,
thank the
thank
Swahili the court wants to thank the Swahili interpreter for her services. You're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you for using our service. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, miss. You too.
Bye.
This is Gene's case, and I'm not sure what language this is.
Yeah.
My boss up to my left knows. Do you speak any English? No. She's getting someone on the phone for you. Do I have the interpreter with the court?
Yes, hello.
Miss, will you please ask the gentleman for his name?
Bakwitande?
Jean Ishim.
Dieme Ishimwe.
Jean Ishim.
Ah. Diane Ishimwe.
Jean.
Jen Ishimwe.
Your charge is driving under the influence aggravated. It's a felony.
Barakurega gutwara wasinze ni igikorwa gihanishwa amategeko.
I have appointed you an attorney.
Baguhitiyemo umwavoka.
Your next hearing is July 7th, downtown Phoenix.
Urukiko uzarwitaba tariki 7 z'ukwa karindwi muri Phoenix hariya downtown.
You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in 5 or 6 hours.
Bagiye kuba bakurekura mu masaha 5 kugera 6 baraba bakurekuye.
The next matter is a probation violation matter.
Ikindi kibazo ni uko abakurekuye by'agateganyo ntiwakurikiza amabwiriza yo bari baguhaye.
I have appointed you that attorney.
Naho yaguhitiyemo umwavoka.
Your next hearing on this matter is on the 27th of this month, downtown Phoenix.
ku byerekeye iki kibazo zitaba urukiko 27 z'uku kwezi hariya kuri downtown Phoenix.
You're being released. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Good luck, sir.
Bagiye kukurekura ubu nonaha uze kuba wahamagara uriya mu polisi wagufashaga wagukurikiranaga ku bijyanye no kugukurikirana bakurekuye muri gereza mu masaha 72. Ugira amahirwe masa.
Yego.
The officer has your paperwork. Miss Interpreter, thank you very much. Miss Interpreter, thank you very much for your service. Thank you.
Yes, thank you too.
Would you like to go back to Spanish now? She has?
No, she hasn't. I've emailed her a couple times now, but she hasn't responded. I'm gonna call her.
Would you please? Because I said about 20 minutes and it's been more like 30.
Quorum's still young.
Well, thank you. Why don't we, trying to get Mr. Perez's interpreter. But thank you, officer. Well, I have the same interpreter at 1 o'clock for the juvenile calendar, so I know she'll be available right after that. Do I hold this case or do I bump it to the 2 o'clock calendar? Or do you want to just try to get regular?
Your Honor, the defense explained to me that he understands English. I don't know if you want to proceed with that.
All right, then. David, come on up. David. Will you please tell me your name, David?
David Shore.
Sir, we have you down as Spanish speaking. If you feel comfortable with English, I'll do it in English.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. If I say anything that you do not understand, would you stop me, please?
Okay, sure.
Sir, you're being charged with sex trafficking of a minor, a person under the age of 17, over the age of 15. That is a Class 2 felony. I have appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 26th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $50,000. Also, if you're released on bond, you'll be electronic monitoring. You also have a prohibition from contacting minors and a prohibition from using electronic devices until you see the next judge. Did you understand everything I said, sir?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Sir, these types of charges tend to make other people angry at times. Please do not talk about your charges while you're in this facility. Don't show anybody your paperwork. Only talk to your attorney for your own safety, please.
Just one question. When can I talk with the lawyer?
The lawyer will get in touch with you, or you'll meet him or her on the day of your next hearing, which is in just a couple days.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You can always contact the public defender's office during the normal work week on Monday, and they might be able to have someone come out and see you.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, that solved that problem. Thank you. Mr. Mosley, number 3 on the court's calendar, is a house call for behavioral issues. 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, obstruction of justice by failure to give true name, a misdemeanor. I've appointed him an attorney. His next hearing is on the 26th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $5,000. Did I miss anything, miss? All right. Let's see what this warrant is.